Recently, I got a very interesting question on TikTok. See, this gentleman, he retired. He and his wife, they retired. So he just asked me this question. Hi, Kenny, which is better for retirees, landed property or service apartment? So what is this aging nation? According to the United Nations, if a community of the people more than 65 years old is about 7% of the population of a country, then that country is known as an aging nation. All right. Malaysia is an aging nation. We already entered the aging nation in 2022. All right. Based on this report by United Nations. So this gentleman and his wife just recently retired. So he said, my wife and myself now retired are thinking of downsizing our landed property to a service apartment and would like your advice on whether it's a feasible move. Actually, a lot of people actually downsize, especially when I used to stay at SS2 at the time, the landed house. I used to have a neighbor right opposite. 2 doors down the house. This old lady actually stays alone. So sometimes her children come and visit her. So there's the new development in Section 19, right? A lot of new development. I think she bought one there. So she sold the landed house and paid cash for the other property and moved there. After knowing this, right, I checked around in PJ side and the high rise. I noticed that some of these PJ residents, especially in landed house, right, when they stay alone, what they do is that they sell the house, then they buy cash on the new house. When they buy cash on new house, then they move in, because they downsize, they just stay alone, most of them. Or husband and wife, children all big already. So for this gentleman, what I did was that I asked a few questions, then I let them decide. The first question I asked, where are you located? Why is it important? Because in Klang Valley, and I think only Ipoh, at the moment that I know of, we have something called the aged care facility. It's not old folks home, aged care facility, where you stay like a hostel inside. It's a high rise or landed in Ipoh's case. Then you stay there. It's like a service apartment, but the difference is that you have 24 hours surveillance. Not surveillance as in CCTV. 24 hours, got nurses, got healthcare professionals. Then got a sense of community. You have all the aged care facility is where the people who retirees go, and then they have the sense of community. It's different from those old folks home you see, those like 2-story bungalow, then get converted to old folks home, that one. No, not like this. Now it's like think of it, I think like a hospital, where you have all the nurses, doctors, everything there. But this time it's like you can roam around free. It's like your house, it's really your house. Well, the only difference that most of them you rent. After you kick the bucket, you need to actually vacate the premise. And also, of course, you vacate the premise after you kick the bucket, right? The next person will come in and move in. All right? And then infirmary care, if for those who cannot move or sick and paralyzed, cannot move, that's where they actually provide 24 hours care for the critically ill as well. So this is the aged care facilities. It's totally different from the old folks home concept that we know last time. And so far in Klang Valley, there's a few. I only know one that just opened, Paradise by Columbia, is in Klang, and then one more is in UOA Commune, is in Bandar Tasir Puteri, Cheras. Sunway Sanctuary in Sunway South, Sunway, of course, Sunway lah, Bandar Sunway, alright? So far, only 3 I know in Klang Valley. However, there's one facility in Ipoh called the Green Acres Retirement Village. I actually went to visit them. It's actually a landed property, single-story house. Depends on the size of square feet. You actually rent the place. So you have to put like a sizable deposit with them. That's where a lot of people actually sell their landed house, then put a deposit with them. Then every month they'll minus. This is just to rent the place. Any extra facility you need, anything that extra you need is charged accordingly. Alright? I did a video. I toured that place because I also have aging parents at home. They're close to 70. And I want to see what are the options available for them. So that's why I toured the place, and I will leave the link like in the comments down below. You can actually take a look at the place. I really like the place. It's beautiful. Alright? So after knowing that they are from Shah Alam and Klang area, this is what I suggested to them. I suggest that you can go and look at the aged care facility that I mentioned just now. And also, they ask about development. Now, notice these days condos, especially condos, they are going to have a lot of the elderly friendly facilities like guardrails, ramps going down. If you notice, this is also to cater to the trend. When the developers know this, when they build at that area, especially an area where it's known to be an old area, a lot of people stay in landed house, like PJ. I like to use PJ because I used to stay there. So PJ, that's where they will have the condos, right? That will come, will have this kind of facilities to cater for this aging population, that area. So they asked me whether it's wiser for them to take a look. I say, okay, you can take a look. But you must remember that these condominiums, you'll be staying with also other people that is different age group. It's not a community of together retirees. You can do things. I don't know, but I will feel a bit awkward. And one more thing I really emphasize to them to take care is to look up, to consider is that, yes, aged care facility is going to be more expensive. However, you have someone to look after you 24/7. Healthcare. As you get older and after retire, healthcare costs can really go very high. You cannot just everything wait for insurance. And some of them, maybe insurance also no more covered. It's an old policy, right? They don't renew. So no more insurance. So someone to watch over you 24/7, then make it easy for you to go to check up. You can also go to check out the facility. Or then it's something invaluable to me. That's why I told them, yes, the condo is cheaper, but having someone to watch over you, healthcare, 24 hours, I think that's more than valuable at that age. Okay, community being the second part of it. That's what I told them. So in the end, the gentleman decided to check out both options and we together discuss with his wife, see which one is suitable for them. I also want to share something that has been on my mind quite a lot lately. I see a lot of times, especially Asian family, when you talk about putting your parents in the old folks home, suddenly your parents will demonize you. The society will demonize you. Wow, you ungrateful children, ungrateful son. How can you do this to your parents? Put them in old folks home, wait for them to die. This kind of statement, Then, I noticed then I got some stories will tell me my grandfather or my grandmother or what. I got some stories. Go in, was healthy. Go in old folks home, suddenly 3 months later come out, cannot walk and pass away. Because old folks home, every time ask them to sit down, do nothing. I just want to say the times have changed. Alright? The aged care facility that you mentioned it's not like the old folks home the yesteryears, like I mentioned at the start of the video, where you just convert a 2-story bungalow or some house right in the middle of the housing area. And then I don't know if you have visited old folks home before. I did a few times and it's very sad. They're just there waiting and so lonely and they just look sad. There's one place and also I go a few ago actually I don't know how to say. It's very sad, honestly. Human at the end of life, like that. A lot of them, the children also abandon them there. So they depend on donation. And that's not what I want for my parents. Okay. So never mind. I'm just okay. And that's back to the video. What I want to say is that this is all what people think. I can guarantee you today, if you yourself, talking to you yourself, go and check out the price, okay, of how much it costs a month to just stay there. And then go to the facility yourself. That's what I did at Green Acres, Ipoh. Then you tell me whether this place is somebody that can afford. What kind of people that can afford? Is the rich one or the poor one? These facilities are not cheap. even at it costs you at least like a few thousand a month just for the rent. All right. So my message to you is this: you do what's best for yourself and your family. Ignore the society stigma, ignore the social stigma, because frankly speaking, these days, if your children, parents, if you're watching this, if your children can send you to an aged care facility like this without you selling your house, okay, you are very privileged. You are so much more privileged than the rest of them that I've actually seen. Your children still care. Your children still want the best for you. Please do not demonize and say your children are ungrateful. It's not easy earning the money these days to care for each people. And kids, I call you all kids, but you all same age with me. Roughly, you all know. I hope that this video, I share with you, will give you the courage to just ignore what people think. I want you to go and find out for yourself. All right? With that, I wish you all the best. And I highly recommend that you check out the video down there. Okay? Our Green Acres Retirement Center. I have no chance to visit others, but if there is others who wants to invite me to do a tour, I'll be more than happy to go. All right? I want to show people what it's like actually. In fact, I think this comic actually, let me end with this comic, the CWK. This CWK is a cartoonist. He has regular columns in the Star. So this cartoonist, on the 9th of January, I can show you on the screen now. Look at this cartoon. This is the future. Last time you'll old at time, you'll be shopping for houses. Young at time, shopping for houses. All right? And then when old, you'll be shopping for aged care facilities. This is the future, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, I end this video. And I wish you all the best. Once again, this is Kenny here from Property Stories.